What's going on, people? Welcome back over John Sinclair TV back again. I mean, I lost Paul. There's Paul again. Big up to Paul, and we're going to do the match preview show between Newcastle and Man United at St James's Park. Kick off at 8 o'clock, and it should be another cracking game. Hopefully, we'll do the biz. And good evening to you, Paul. How are you today, mate?
Not too bad. Internet's been a bit strange, but all good otherwise.
Fantastic as well. What a freezing cold day, man. It's been a freezing cold day.
Yeah, but where I work, it was the heating wasn't working today. It was an absolute nightmare.
I bet it is. I bet it is, man. It's still -5 here at the minute. Like, you know, it hasn't got above freezing a day. So, but it is what it is, man. But just make sure you are warm wherever you are tonight and chat as well. If you like the video, like what you watch, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Also, if you like to super chat, the dollar signs there, you know exactly what to do. Click on that and give what the channel's worth. And if you'd like to become a member, it is 99p, as you all well know. And even to Leslie, also like and share socials, help this channel grow. Thank you very much indeed, Les. Hi to Gary B. And super chats I've mentioned. Thank you, Les. Evans has said hi to everyone as well. I can know that one. Craig Hope did a video on injuries, Gary. Doesn't look like anyone is back tomorrow. It looks like it's going to be the same set of players.
Some positive news, though, but we'll probably come on to that.
Yeah, it is what it is. Let's hope so. I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be making any changes again, Eddie, unfortunately. So it's going to be the same 11 as well. I like Craig's video I've watched in the morning. Willox isn't as bad as first feared as well.
Yeah.
Stephen said on a message while he's at work. And I hope this is the Ruben stand as well. It was the real one. Can you name the Twitter accounts, Tuggy, so I can report them, please? Yes, I will do, mate. I certainly will do that for you, mate, as well. And if you go on my Twitter and send a DM, and then we definitely sort it out, mate. And hope you're fine, by the way, Ruby. Hi to Gary again, John and Paul, thumbs up. And the same 11 going again tomorrow from Tuesday. Big ask for the lads again. That's the Nigel. Nigel, I can see exactly where you're coming from, mate. I really do, because you know what? Paul, I've got to say this, man. I've never seen an injury record at Newcastle ever in my lifetime being a fan.
I mean, we've had injuries, of course, in the past, but it just seems like every other day we just seem to lose someone. Like I said, the only good thing is that we've got finally a tiny little array of good luck, because as someone has always said, well, it looks a bit better. Botman looks like he's avoided the surgery. Barnes is coming closer back. So we've got some little snippets of like better news, because obviously Botman could have been in a surgery, which would have been devastating. And obviously we weren't expecting Barnes to be back this quick, which is really positive. So, you know, even though they're not ready right now, hopefully they're ready before we first fought, which it just makes that a bit easier to kind of give people a break. So, you know, I'll take anything at the moment. So it's just good to hear some slightly improved news, which is really positive, because my biggest worry is that Botman needed a surgery. I was really worried about it, because it probably would have been pretty much season done pretty much. Maybe near the end of the season, maybe start coming back then, like because of rehab and being match fit. But sounds like we should be getting him much sooner, which is brilliant. That helps us a lot. So that's good news. Let's keep the good news rolling in.
100%. I mean, Eddie spoke about Stone Bottom today, and he's not training with us at the minute. Well, building us up his workload. After this injury, he's reacting really well to the work he is doing. We would love to get him back. He's a massive player for us. Wow. And I tell you what, the sooner we get him back, mate, the better. Because I tell you now, I mean, look, do you miss him at the minute? Jamal Lasselle's done a fantastic job at the back. So I'm going to give him a pop for that as well. Big up to Alan, by the way, mate. I hope you're good. I wouldn't say I scored, but I have seen a polar and a penguin walk past on my front gate. Wow. Wow. Big up Alan, by the way. Big up to Guna Gathering as well. And I hope he's having a good time. Good evening to Steve. Hope you're good, Steve. Big up to Anfield, Uncle Rod. Hope you're good, mate. Big up, guys. Have a great show. And you as well, mate, if you're doing it. And I'll be on Mick Shaw as well, MUFC Relist at 9 o'clock. So do join me for that as well. And got on from Ruba. Name the Twitter accounts I target you, let me shame and discuss the mate. You know what? Like I said, mate, I can't say it on here, but if you send us a DM, right, then we'll do it that way, mate. Otherwise, I can't do it on here. Otherwise, we'll not be looking for each other. I see your point, man. Thanks very much, Ruby. I hope you're good. Evening, guys in chat. Hope you pump United tomorrow and a good pumping. It will be. That's in David. David, you know what? Let's be real. We're not scared of this team. This is the worst United team I've seen in years. I hope Onana plays again tomorrow. I really do.
John, I think this guy's an idiot. I think. Sorry, David, if I'm wrong, but I think this is a reference to something that was said in a Twitter post. I think. If I'm wrong, David, I apologise. But if it isn't wrong, you're an idiot.
You saying David, yeah?
I could be wrong. Right, David. If I am, I apologise, my friend. But if it's not, then you're an idiot.
Okay, fair enough. And yeah, I mean, also as well, I mean, Eddie said it looks like it's going to be the same 11 as well. And basically, you got he said about the challenge of United tomorrow. He's asked about the challenge of Manchester United. He said in his press conference, you can never underestimate the qualities of Man U. They have a very good head coach who's leading them. We have total respect to our opposition. They are performing well. They have quality players. We need to keep that momentum and energy from our recent performance. I think it will be a very good game. Now, Man U, right, well, they won 5 out of the last 6 games, right? And I'm not being funny, right? But the one thing I will say, and I'm going to be honest, who did United really taking on? Luton, Everton, 4 sides, man. They haven't really been the top sides yet, haven't they?
And when they've come up against like a semi-decent squad, they look. I can't put my finger on what they're doing. The Champions League game the other day, like they looked to be cruising at 3-1 up.
Yeah.
And it just feels like they just can't seem to hold on to a lead. Okay. Thanks. Sorry, David. There was a tweet on the AAM, a certain tweet that had a word in with a pretend account for John. So sorry, David.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was meant in a cool way, no problem. Sorry. But yeah, in the Champions League, like they're throwing away 3-1 leads. Onana looks. I can't. Nick Pope has looked scared at times in the league.
Yeah.
But there's other times where where Onana looks worse than Pope, with like how he panics and how he worries and how he just doesn't. Do you know what I mean? Like he doesn't really deal with things. And I think that a solid back four with a goalkeeper, if you all trust each other, it kind of that's why we were so good, because you had Pope in there, you had Byrne, you had Botman, Shah, and you had Trippier, and they just knew each other. And that's why we were so good last season in particular, because they all trusted each other. I mean, yeah, all right, we got a goal here and there against us, but we were the best joint defensive team in the Premier League. And I just think you build that trust together, don't you, as a back three, a back 4, 5.
Yeah.
Back there, where I just think that Man United at the moment, they've had, Johnny Evans back there. They've got this thing with Varane. I don't know what the whole big thing with that is. It seems like Ten Hag has fallen out with Varane, so he's kind of binned him. And they just kind of like, chop and change. And you've got Maguire, who can just pass it to whoever he wants to. And in England shirt, he likes to pass the opposition. It just seems again, like Man United just all struggled with this recently.
Yeah,
They
man.
just seem like a little bit like PSG. They just seem like a team full of individuals rather than a team. Ganacho is kind of, I think the best Ray I've had is that Ganacho lad.
Yeah.
But again, this Ten Hag needs to. I mean, I'm not a Man United fan, but for me, he needs to kind of tell him to stop shushing the crowd and stop doing all this nonsense because he keeps getting made to look like an idiot when he's doing it. Because every time he shushes the crowd or does something like that, they end up getting beat or they end up drawing the game. So I think he just rein in some of that, some of that arrogance he's got. He's still a lad, so he's going to have that. But yeah, they just don't, and then we all know the whole thing with the forward, going forward that in the Premier League, I think I'm right in saying I think Rashford, is the only Man United striker who's actually scored in the Premier League. This is. I know Højlund has kind of done okay in the Champions League, but I think in the Premier League, I think Rashford and maybe Martial have scored like one goal. It's bizarre.
I think it's that way. I think that's very bizarre, isn't it? Go on.
Yeah. So we're playing a team on Saturday night who are in a real strange like place as a team, and it's so weird how many parables I can put between Man United and us when we were kind of like disjointed and had a manager that was, not really getting the best out of us, and we were more of a team of individuals rather than actual, together team. And it's kind of strange seeing like a team like Man United just go through this weird transition of like, what can they claw onto for anything? Because this season, I mean, what's the best they're hoping for? Probably top 5. Like, it's now the best they're hoping for, which is, do you know what I mean? That's not what Man United fans want. That's why they get so angry, because they want to be challenging with Man City, but they're probably another 10 years off of that at the moment, if you're being honest. They're just nowhere near Man City, are they?
Nah, you're telling me. I'm not being funny, right? But before we come on to Man U, we could talk about United in a bit. I've got a recent comments out as well. And got one from AFC Always. Big up to you, man. I hope you're having a good day, man. John, big up. Great to see you on Arsenal's The History and More channel yesterday. I was there yesterday with Jez, Oregon, Hot Fuzzy, and the legend Kenny Ken himself. And do check out Jez's channel. It is fantastic. He speaks facts. When he speaks facts, then I have to listen. Everyone have to listen. Yeah. And I tell you what, this guy is absolutely amazing. He rang us up to see if I was okay in Paris. So big up to Jez. And thank you so much for having this on your channel yesterday. And you know what? You're welcome to come on mine as well very, very soon. Man United are also playing a team on the up. Even if they had a team in form, I still think we'll beat them with a full strength squad. Gary, I have to agree with you, man. You're absolutely right. And hi to Luca as well. And let's have a look at this one. You're good, just chilling, just finishing, sure. And Lucas got a good show. Luca AFC as well. And look, quite a few Arsenal fans as well. And you can sort anything you want, and you're working on my channel as well. Even to Jules, I hope you're okay. And a question from AFC Always: if you could eliminate one thing from football, what would it be? I think you know the answer to that one.
VAR.
Yes. It doesn't take much, does it, really? Do you know what I mean? And we got one for Percy Sledge. I think it'd be good to smash Garnacho early tomorrow, and the same with Shambuno. Get them right up. And I tell you what, we got to get to them from the off as well. And I don't know how Man U are above us, but not for long. Their defense is weak as an Allen. I kind of agree.
Really
They're not being tested for the last 5-6 games. Let's be real. Percy don't take much to wind up Fernandes. I'm more concerned with his acting skills. Absolutely. And we've got one here from David. Hi to David. Goldbridge has had more of our players than Man U players in his mixed 11 squad. I like him, to be fair. Seems like one of the decent Man U fans. Always devised opposition, Mark Goldbridge, by the way, right? I don't have any connection with this guy, not going to lie. I sent the tweet earlier. But, yeah, Mark Goldbridge, man, one of the biggest name on Twitter. He defies opinion as well. And let's go on to Nigel. Hi to Nigel. What do we think? Before I answer that one, right? There's a one in here. I'm definitely going to delete this guy. Yeah, I'm not gonna say who it is, right? But the one thing I would not accept and won't put up with is trolls on my channel. It will not happen on my channel. Yeah, we're the real people, whether people like it or not. Yeah, we speak facts. Yeah, if you want to troll on people, do it on someone else's channel. Okay. I'll not have it on my channel. And I'm sorry, guys, I have to pull it down and say how it is. What do you think about potential sin bins? First, I think it's a bad idea. I don't think it's going to work, to be fair. Too many changes. VAR it's not going to work. I'll get that scrapped now. I'm sick of it.
But it's this whole thing of like, it doesn't. I'm scared. I'm going to say his next words out of my mouth. I'm going to agree for a second time in the same year. In 2023, I'm going to agree with Paul Merson. I can't believe I'm going to agree with him twice in a year, because this guy normally talks absolute nonsense. But he's talked facts twice. He's talked facts about Snarly, and he's talked facts about this, because he said exactly what I was worried about. That if you have sin bins, what's going to happen? You get a player put in the sin bin, and as Paul Merson quite right, and I agree with him, then that other team immediately is going to go completely brick wall and just try and hold on until the bloke can come back onto the pitch. And it's just it'll just make football awful to watch. Because again, it will just be people looking for more yellow cards to get them off, to try and, it'd be awful. We don't know. It doesn't work. We don't want them. I'd rather they worry more. I'd rather hear the ref before this. Work on that. Work on when we can actually hear the ref, where we can actually hear VAR like in the game. Don't work on, sin bins are just, it works in rugby fine, but it doesn't work. It will not work in football. It'd be horrible.
Definitely not. Get rid of VAR first. Let's be real about it. Do you know what I mean? I'm just kind of sick of it now, mate. I really, really am. 27 people in the room watching. Thank you very much indeed, guys. Make sure you slap the like, hit that subscribe button as well, mate. And also, super chats are open. And if you'd like to become a member, it's that simple. 99p, and you'll be entered into a members draw very, very soon. Alan said, scrap VAR. Thank you, Les. Thank you, Jules. Goldbridge, is that near Hexham? Not so sure. Let's go on to the next one. I'm not going to read the next one, I'm afraid. And I totally agree, man. I totally agree. Thank you, Leslie. Keep calm, respectful. Yeah, thank you again. Exactly. I'm not going to have Muppets on my chat. I'm sorry. If in doubt, kick them out. And no fears for the Man U game. Easy peasy. That's from the Goat Father. I kind of agree with you. And I believe you got Ches in the building. Big up to you, Ches. I hope you're great, my man. And do you think Callum Wilson will be back? He's out for a couple of months, isn't he? Paul, a couple of months. He's out for a couple of months. Big up to Newcastle fan, by the way.
Yeah, he will be back, but probably not until February.
Yeah,
he will definitely. He's not going anywhere. It's just, I just think that the Eddie and the scouts and stuff will just be realistic, and they'll just be thinking that next season. I hate to say this because we all love Callum Wilson. He's been so good for us, but you have to be honest and have to think to yourself that he's someone who doesn't make a full season, and he can't be a main line striker for us if we can't rely on him for a whole season. It's just impossible, because it's put us in this position where we've had to rely on Isak, and then Isak overplays, which makes him get injured because he's playing too much, and then we're relying on Anthony Gordon, who great player, and I think down the middle can work now and again, but again you're relying on him being out of his best position to kind of get through until either one of them comes back onto the pitch. So for me, he will be back, but I think next season we've got to be realistic and probably have him as a third choice sort of. Do you know what I mean? And what a great third choice that is. It really is amazing, to have that in reserve or for cut games or whatever. Brilliant. I'd be well happy with that.
100%, 100%. I mean, Nice got a comment on Callum Wilson in a bit. I'm going to read him out in a minute. Big up to AFC always, a big gooner. Who's your all-time favourite Newcastle player, past and present? At the minute, I do like Joe Willock. I'm not going to lie. I do like Joe Willock. I'm a big Joe Willock fan. I like him. I mean, if Grace Thompson's listening, Grace, you got Joe Willock. And also, I like Callum Wilson now. But at the minute, I have to go with Isak. Isak for me at the minute. That guy is absolutely brilliant. He really, really is. And I'll tell you what, he could be the all-time great at Newcastle United, 100%. On popular opinion, maybe I think we need to get rid of Wilson. Great goal-scoring record, but need to get rid and get someone a bit younger. Nigel, last season, I said the same thing. I can't lie. I was proved wrong. Now, I think, personally, I still keep him. But you're right. We definitely need another striker. For me, I'll go out and just go for Ivan Toney. Go for Ivan Toney. Get him back up Newcastle. I think this guy will make a huge difference. He's 27 years of age. What do you think, Paul? I mean, I'd take him back.
I would definitely take him back as well. But I just think that
100%.
how it's looking at the moment is he's more than likely going to end up with Arsenal or Chelsea. I just think it's just one of those things that's just how it's looking at the moment. Obviously, who knows, because things can change. But I just feel that the amount of money that Brentford are going to want for him, obviously we can afford anyone, but we just have to play a bit we just have to play a bit sensible with FFP. And I just think that right now, Chelsea and Arsenal can kind of like put a bigger, fund up front, which we might not be able to. So I just think that might be the only reason we don't get him in particular. But yeah, if we had a chance, I'd have him back because, again, on his day, he's really improved. He's come on since he was under us with Rafa and stuff. Obviously, it's one of those things, isn't it? Hindsight is a great thing. People moaning on that we should never have let him go. Isn't hindsight a lovely thing? Pogba went on to do better things when he left and came back. Kevin De Bruyne was let go. Salah was let. It's all easy to say like, oh, they should have kept him, but sometimes a player needs to leave to get better. So, do you know what I mean? Just because someone let go of Kevin De Bruyne, of course they didn't foresee him to be as good as he turned out to be, but maybe the move needed that to happen. So, I think the same with Tony, that he was never going to get in our squad at the time, was he? No. So, are we saying that if he stayed with us over that whole time, he'd be thought of as highly as he is now? I doubt it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Do want between 70 and 80 million quid, Brentford, you know what I mean? But whether we're going to pay that money, I pretty much doubt it, you know what I mean? It's a shame because I think Ivan Toney been fantastic. Massive fan of this guy. Hi to Amy. How are you doing? You're great. First time viewer as well. Thanks for coming on to our channel. We should beat United. I'm confident. Agree, we need more strikers. Amy, which striker would you go with? If you're watching, which striker would you go with in January or even in the summer? Let's go on to Percy Sledge. Wouldn't touch with a long stick. Not what we need, and we shouldn't pine for the ex who left us. There's better options out there. At the minute, Ivan Toney looks the best option at the minute, in my opinion. But if it's not going to be him, who would you go with? Who would you buy? Are we still linked with the Brazilian striker Marcos Leonardo? That guy is a really good player, great young player, and he's keeping Santos in the Brazilian league, right? Without his scores, Santos will be a massive, massive trouble. But I don't think Santos let him go yet. But if he comes available coming the end of the season and the money is right, they will let him go. It's as simple as that. Santos do get good money for the young players, and that is the thing. What done? Am I a Brazilian expert? Wow. And let's go to Leslie Leonardo. Yeah, Santos, he is indeed. And everyone's welcome. 13 likes, smash the like button. Thank you very much indeed, AFC. I really do appreciate that, mate. And Eddie wouldn't take Toney, not an Eddie character. That's from Jules. Fair enough. And thanks, Jules. Didn't know I didn't have my notification turned on. Amy, have it on all the time. I do contents, and if you want to come on my channel one day, it's good to have a new face on my channel as well. Just let me know, Amy, and I shall get you on so you can talk about Newcastle. And got one here from Watkins, Ollie Watkins. I tell you what, I'll be a cracking fan if you get this guy. I'm telling you, and I hope he sticks it to them. Cool. Did you guys hear what Mbappe said about us? Apparently, we are nothing. Wow. Go on, Paul. Take the floor before we go on back to the United.
Oh, we love you, Mbappe. We really appreciate your comments. They were taken into very much consideration, and we will take your, we'll take them into what we do forward for you. So we don't, mate, get over it. You needed a dodgy penalty to get a terrible decision to get a draw against us. You came to St James's Park and got absolutely smashed 4-1, and you did nothing in the game. So you played 2 games against little old Newcastle, got a point out of both games. Maybe think about what you're doing wrong rather than worry about what we're doing, mate, to be honest. Because what would be the funniest thing ever, and I really hope this happens because it'll be justice and karma, that we beat AC Milan, Dortmund give you a bit of a thrashing or get you a draw, and then we go through and you have to play Man United more likely in the Europa League. So have fun with that, Mbappe. But we love you.
I tell you what,
you're a great guy.
I tell you what, I think Kylian Mbappe needs to listen to the 4 Seasons or What a Night, and then he'll understand as well. What a feeling, what a night. Let's go on to, thanks for that, David. Nina said we're famous to sign Romelu Lukaku in January. Will you tell Lukaku in January from Roma? I think he's on the season-long loan, and I don't think Roma will let him go as well. Romelu Lukaku, wow. Foxy says, like his Santos, we'll be happy to sell in Jan. Mbappe is overrated, does well in the 7th best league in the world. Let that sink in, people. Mbappe reminds me of the Ninja Turtle. Look, let's talk about Man U, yeah? I mean, look, Erik ten Hag's under big pressure, right? He's done 440 M's, right? A lot of money. And he spent 200 million plus in the summer, right? And you know what? I don't think he's brought a striker in. I don't think he has, you know what I mean? But he's under pressure, big pressure, because he needs to get United in the top 4 or challenge for a title. And if he doesn't do that, or gets beat off and get beat at Bayern Munich, he'll be gone.
Well, and just the thing, isn't it? It's just Man United just seems to this club in like complete. Every year there just seems to be a turmoil, doesn't there? Like they have like one okay season, and the second season of whatever manager they've had since Fergie left, there's always been this like cloud over this club. I guess it's always going to be difficult to replace, someone like Alex Ferguson. I get that, but they should have been able to cope with some sort of strategy to do that by now. I mean, it's been quite a few years since he's retired and left. I don't know whether, obviously, again, we're not a Man United channel, so I don't know if it's, what this means, but I don't know whether the fact that he still goes to games and still kind of has a presence there, whether that's still something, I don't know whether that's like a lingering thing of like, whether that just kind of still holds over the fact that he's going, it's a difficult one to, be interesting if we had a Man United fan on to see their point of view on that. Like, do they think it's a good or a bad thing that Ferguson still, he's still there as some sort of like, some sort of influence? And I just don't know whether, whether he needs, whether that needs to stop happening or what, whatever. We're not a Man United channel. No. But yeah, you're right, Ten Hag. I want him in, obviously. I want him in because, it means that Man United play this weird, disjointed football and he doesn't pick his best players and he falls out with people very easily and makes them into a bit of a farce, really. But I think you're right, John, that, they probably will. Like I said, the best they can probably hope for realistically is Europa League. But if Bayern Munich do beat them, which why wouldn't they want to, then they are out completely of Europe.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know whether that would get him sacked then or whether it would be, if top 4 looks impossible, and especially if because they've had they've had like a favourable little run of games with teams that are quite beatable, but they've got a bit of a run coming up, which isn't so great. And if they carry on, if Onana keeps carrying on putting balls in his own net and not doing the right job, then tell you what, they'll be down over Chelsea in 10th.
Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that, right?
Yeah, I just wonder if I just wonder if they will sack him, because they've got, again, it's another payout. How much money has Man United wasted on paying off managers? It's eye-watering.
It's close to three figures by the looks of it. When you think about it,
do you know what I mean?
David Moyes.
Yeah, and then again, like, you've got to think of, like, if they want to be, if Man United want to be challenging for the title, and that's what they want to be doing. I mean, if you look at that squad, who's winning you the title in that squad? Like, which one of those players is winning you the title? I mean, I couldn't name you more than a couple. Could you?
Probably three tops. That is it. Three tops. Probably Rashford, if he gets better players around him. Bruno Fernandes was good enough for the substitute bench. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. Apart from that, I'm struggling. I mean, Højlund will come great. He'll come fantastic. Garnacho will be fantastic. But the thing is, though, right, I'm not going to lie, they're missing a big star in the midfield, a big star. They need someone that's going to make a huge difference in that midfield. They haven't got Roy Keane. And you know what?
No.
That United team, I'll tell you now, it's the worst United team I've seen in 20 plus years. And I'm not going to lie. And I will keep saying that. That was proved at Old Trafford. We played them in the Carabao Cup. Yeah. And I will stand by that. Simple as that. You could have Nketiah or Eketa. Nah. Your defense is in trouble. Nketiah's in room. How much did you sell him for, mate? It says, "Guy, baby, we need centre-back striker in the midfield." Yep, Ten Hag will get himself the boot. Ten Hag will get a good payout if he is sacked. He's got 18 months left on his contracts as well. Wow. I hope so. They go in for Steve Bruce. Alan loves it. That's right about Stevie Bruce, doesn't he? He's been reported linked with Republic Island as well, you know. Wow. God help
Republic Island, no. Oh, I'm so sorry, Republic of Ireland. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Wow. Daring me. Paul, you can.
Yes, so true, Alan. That's so true. You can be the main stand of next managers. You really could. Wow. There's so many.
Yeah, man. They are struggling. They are indeed, Amy. And I think you're happy as well. And Jules said, nah, Bruce. Love it. Right. Let's look at the key players, right? I mean, we're going to talk about our team as well. I mean, you look at the team, like I said, I don't think we can make any subs. It's going to be the same players, apart from Lewis Hall could be back from this. He didn't play on Tuesday, by the way, and also last week against Chelsea. But if you look at the team we've got, I want to talk about Lewis Smiley. Yeah. A lot of people haven't heard of this guy, but I tell you what, this guy, he is going to be the real deal. I don't want to put pressure on this kid. 17 years old, right? I hope that in time, with the right training and the right guidance, he's going to be a superstar, I'm telling you.
And again, it's just refreshing, isn't it, to have, someone come from the academy with this promise. Again, at that age, I mean, he showed so much maturity. And again, like we said this after the PSG game, that I wouldn't have slagged him off if he had like a pretty poor game against PSG, for example, and he looked a bit scared or worried or whatever. I'd be like, look, mate, he's 17 years old. He's still getting used to it. We have to give him time. But he didn't. He was calm. He was relaxed. He looked very, he dug in when we needed to. And he was unbelievable. I'll tell you that right now. He was very good for a boy of that age. It just reminds me of like success stories like Foden and stuff, which is brilliant, isn't it? You having these people that potentially, again, if you don't find these people from the academy, who could potentially become like your first choice in there. When again we're spending another especially with prices these days. If he becomes anywhere near what his potential is, we've probably saved ourselves £90 million, probably, because that's what you spend on a very good midfielder. I'm not saying he's worth £90 million or anything, but if he comes into anything like his potential could be, again, you've just got yourself a free first choice midfield player, which is so that's what football, we want football to be more like that. We don't want to keep spending eye-watering amounts of money just buying things and just kind of spending what we need to get there. That's what's been nice about our rise to being better, that no one could accuse us of trying to buy the league or buy our spot in the Champions League, because in the grand scheme of things, we have spent money. I'm not saying we haven't spent money, but nothing like people were putting at us that we were going to splash billions of pounds and make a mockery of the transfer market. So it's brilliant to see, and I hope it and again you've got him coming through, you've got Anderson coming through, you've got Longstaff doing really well. It's just so refreshing, isn't it? It's just nice to have it like that, where we're not relying on like having to buy like another midfielder again to kind of make us better. It's really great, and he's again, like, I've got no problem if he starts on Saturday, which he probably will. Brilliant. I've got no worries with him starting.
Yeah, 100%. This guy's going to get better and better and better. And you know what? I mean, it could be on Rodri, but I don't want to put pressure on him yet. He's not going to be on Rodri's levels, yes. Yeah. But this guy's brilliant. He really, really is for a big guy. If he still had Ashley, he'd have sold Miley by now for $5 million. 100%. That wouldn't surprise us at all whatsoever. Oh, Mr. Allen's comments, do apologise, mate. Our midfield's better than theirs, and it would be the reason why we're having them tomorrow. I hope that is the case, Alan. John, who's your best manager, Bobby or Kevin? For me, Bobby Robson. And I'll tell you for why. Because Kevin Keegan was brilliant. He set the ball rolling, right? He laid a marker there, right? And for me, Kevin Keegan's played a better football than Sir Bobby, but Bobby, we're more solid under Sir Bobby. We're more solid, yeah? It's a hard one, man, because they're both great managers, man. You're going to go with Keegan, are you?
Mate, it's like asking me to choose between Denver Bar and Papa Cisse. It's the same debate. It's like, who do I like more? They're both really good. It's a tough one, man. I mean, Keegan is, obviously, like, he's a revolutionary that came in and saw what could be possible. Made us love Newcastle. And it's great. But then Bobby again just lived and breathed the club and just talked so. Again, the refreshing thing is he's someone who understood Newcastle. He got it. He talked so well about Newcastle, about the fans, and about the area, and about like what he wants to bring to football. And he was such a good man, and what he brought to players, and everything about Bobby is just makes him a well-loved human being. That's a very hard question. If you push me for an answer, I would probably go with Keegan. But look, Bobby is an absolute hero, legend. Is not even enough of a word for Bobby, because I just loved how he just saw the game, and loved how he saw Newcastle as well. It's a manager who understood us, and that's what we love about this. This is why we love Eddie. This is why we give Eddie such plaudits, because Eddie Howe is someone who has come in, from an outsider, and just knows. He just knows what Newcastle want. He knows what the fans want, and he cares. And this is all we ask for. We don't ask for a team that keeps winning and winning. I mean, some of the fans who aren't really fans want that, but the real fans, we just love the fact that we've given we try and we give everything, and we have people who want to play for Newcastle, not like see us as a stepping stone or see us as I want to get to Man City, so I'll go to Newcastle for a season and get my bump up to Man City. And that's what Eddie Howe has brought in from his his ethos of how he looks at us, which is, long may it continue. Because for me, I hope Eddie stays for a long time, and I think he will incorporate himself into that conversation of, who was the best manager for Newcastle? Was it Bobby? Was it Keegan? Or was it Eddie Howe?
Put Eddie Howe in the mix as well, man. Eddie in the mix there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, the thing is, I think Eddie's going to win us a trophy anyway at some stage. I'll guarantee you. I mean, we got a great chance. Beat Chelsea. I think we're going to go all the way. I think we'll go all the way to another final. And that would be amazing first, Paul. That would be amazing. Would Isak City United? No, because he doesn't score own goals. That's the guitar news. Well, you know what? He scored 5 in the last 5 games. We spoke about Robert.
He's having a go at Anana.
Yeah, Leonardo as well. We spoke about him, and he could be available in Jan. Keegan and Robson, both great managers, cannot be judged on equals. That's from Alan. Fair com. I love KK, but it pains me to say that he's a quitter. Those are Jeff's words, not mine. Eddie's resilient and stuck it through much harder times. You know what? I think Eddie will win us a trophy. Eddie's doing a fantastic job with Newcastle. He sure does. And Effen's saying clap at the chairs and chairs and love to Les. So look at her stats, like the head-to-head over the years, right? Newcastle are unbeaten in the past 3 league games against United. One drawn twice, and also won 3-0 at Old Trafford and in the EFL Cup season. The Magpies can win consecutive league games versus the Red Devils for the first time since 1972, which is a long damn time. Newcastle are looking to win 3 consecutive meetings with United in all competitions for the first time since January. What year that is? 101 years since 1922.
Wow.
1922. That's a long time. A long damn time. Let's go on to George. Hi to George. Oh, you're good, man. Oh, you're great. And emphasizing hi to George as well. So, like I said, we talked about Marley. I mean, another player we've got to talk about as well. I mean, I'll run out of applause to this guy, Jamal Lascelles. I mean, every time I see this guy play, he just gets better and better and better. Let's be honest. And he needs to do it again tomorrow night because I know Botman's going to get fit very soon. I think Lascelles will lead. He'll do fine.
Mate, I tell you, we said it a few times now that, for me, I can't speak highly enough of Lascelles because quite rightly, he could have been, annoyed at being dropped, annoyed at not being like on-field captain. He could have been annoyed about, maybe looking for another club, whatever, potentially, But again, he's just he's all taken it in stride. He's never come out and said anything negative or anything like that, and just kind of got on with his job. And then when he's been called up, he's been unbelievable. Like he's been one of our better players in the last couple of weeks. And that performance against PSG in particular, I mean, he's had other performances that have been really good. But to do that against a team of that ilk and against Mbappe as well, it's just unbelievable, really, from this lad. It's just I can't speak highly enough of him. That like I said, like some football players get a lot of negative media and a lot of they're big-headed or whatever. But people like Lascelles, we need more people like this in football who, do you know what I mean? Just get on with it. Don't moan. Don't throw toys out of the pram. Just get on with it and act like a professional, because that's what he's done. And he's always speaking. He always speaks so well of Newcastle and what it means to him. So, like I said before, for me, if he was offered a new contract or whatever, I'd be more than happy with that, because I think he's a positive influence on the pitch, but also off of it as well. And I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. I obviously have no idea what his future plans are, but would you be shocked to see him in a coaching role or some sort of form of that in the future? Because I wouldn't. I wouldn't, put that against him. Whether that's something that's coming up in his future.
Yeah, for me, I would not be surprised if he gets a coaching berth. Do you know what I mean? So he loves Newcastle, Jamal Lascelles. He loves Newcastle.
Yeah.
He's been a captain for a long time. And you know what it is, right? I mean, there's got to be a place for him somewhere. Even Matt Ritchie as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going to find a place for Matt Ritchie as well, surely. But I think under Eddie, they've become better players, better coaches as well in the future years. But you just never know. I hope it comes to it. But Lascelles is 29, so I'll ask that question in about 4 years' time, and then who knows? But in a minute, I just think he also enjoys football. That's just my opinion. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I agree. They don't want anyone from Newcastle. It's a fix, and that is exactly right. Totally agree. Big up to Static, by the way. And thanks so much indeed for your support, man. Love your content. Isak ripped them apart. Sorry, I had a go at a title. How with the lads tomorrow? Do you know what? Let's be real. I mean, let's hope Isak scores 6 and 6 because this guy is absolutely on fire at the minute, and it's great to see the guy back. Comes back 2 and 2. What more can I say for the big guy, honestly? And if you look at their stats as well, Newcastle's aiming for the 6th consecutive home win in the league. They scored 18 Premier League goals at home this season, 2 more than United, who have scored 4 home and away. And Eddie Howe's team, that's Newcastle, of course, lost 4 at the last 13 Premier League games this season and only 1 fewer than the whole of 22-3 season. Anthony Gordon has been involved in 6 goals in his last 7 PL games, 4 goals, this as many in his previous 45 appearances. And like I said, Isak has netted 5 goals in the last 5 Premier League games as well. So Anthony Gordon's going to be key tomorrow. He really is, man.
That's it, isn't it? Excuse me. With their back 4, that's what they really struggle with. They really do struggle with pace. And they just never again, like, because they're not a unit. That back 4 is still kind of, it's still kind of very glued together because they had their structure last season where they had, Varane and Martinez and all this, and Martinez is injured, I think. And I know Varane kind of just can't buy a game because he's fallen out with Ten Hag. So they're kind of relying on what they've got. I mean, Johnny Evans was coming in, but I think he's injured as well. So it's just kind of been like, who can play there? And it's just kind of been, Lindelof and Maguire's been back there. Luke Shaw's kind of back here, and I think he came back from injury in the last game. But he can be got at. And again, like, he can be okay going forward, but he's someone that does leave gaps at the back for Man United quite often. So they're not the most complete team defensively, are they? And I just think that Isak will be looking forward to Saturday night because he's going to have quite a lot of space to run in behind. Because the one thing we can guarantee with Harry Maguire is he will leave him space, and they'll be really worried about it. And I'll be interested to see what. It'd be interesting to see what Ten Hag goes with tactics, because a thing that I've seen Man United fans get annoyed at, examples when they're 3-1 up the other night. The thing is what Man United were doing is they were still bombing forward. They're still trying to get more goals, which I guess on one hand is quite good to see because you want to see your team attack. But there is method in just holding back. Getting the 3-1 and then just holding, even if it's for 10, 15 minutes, just, let them have the ball, but hold your shape, keep that 3-1, but then it ends up 3-3 because they're trying to be too attacking almost at times. And I've seen some Man United fans get quite frustrated with Ten Hag with that, with the fact that he doesn't kind of change his tactics, or he just keeps going for more goals. So it's not a different camera. I'm just waiting for my shelf to be fixed. I'm normally in my little corner, so I've had to kind of just go a bit skew-whiff tonight. Sorry, it's just kind of all kicked off. So that's why I'm down here. And the other thing is that I got rid of the horrible. It was worth it. We did it for work, but I had to grow this horrible beard. If it was I don't know if it was seeable on the camera, but we did raise £2,000 as a team. So That was all for men's mental health, so it was worth it for the month of pain, because I really don't like having any facial hair. It does my head in. Yeah. There's a few different changes tonight, but it'll be back to normal after the Man United game. It's just that the shelf fell down, which is brilliant, isn't it? Just pure luck that I just came home from work and it was fallen down. So thanks for that, IKEA. I don't know what happened there. So I fixed it. Yeah, I'm fixing it tomorrow before the game, so it'll be fine.
Fantastic, good for you. I'm going to go on to like the prediction as well, because we're come to the end of the show. I know we're a little bit late, and so what do you think the score is going to be tomorrow between Newcastle and Man U? 8 o'clock kickoff. I'll be there as well, and it's going to be. And how do you think the game is going to go?
Can I beat my prediction nightmare? I haven't had one right this season, but I'm going to. I think I might be right on this one. I'm going to say 3-0 to Newcastle.
Yeah, I'm going to go the same, 3-0 to Newcastle. The way we're at the minute, and you know what, we got to get that sorted out very, very quickly as well. Before we read Alan's comment as well, you take care, Leslie. Thanks so much for looking after my channel, one of my mods, and enjoy your weekend. And I hope we speak to you over the weekend. And I'll speak to you in a bit, Leslie. Thanks for helping us out, man. And Leslie's lovely. I'd love to meet her one day. I really would love to meet her as well. She sounds lovely. John and Paul, do you think we sign Calvin Phillips in Jan as a DM to let Bruno do his stuff up front? I say yes. I reckon that could happen. As for Bruno, I mean, I think if he's going to go forward, I mean, it's going to have to be a 4-2-3-1 then, if that is the case. It may have to be. I could be wrong on that, but I think they could interchange as well. Calvin look after the back four. Joe and Bruno go further forward as well, so that can work. I think that could happen. So
we've got to be quick off the draw, because a lot of teams want him. So
Juventus
we've got to be
well.
that. We've got to be first in the queue, just to kind of get him away from there, because it's a shame for him, because he just doesn't get enough football. And he is a decent player, and I just think that getting more regular time on the pitch would be really good for him.
Yeah.
And I just think that will, and again, like, we know what Eddie is like. People moaning. I've seen some people moan and groan that, we don't want him because he doesn't play. But we know what Eddie Howe can do with people. Look at what he's done to some of the players with our squad. Yeah. Imagine him having. Sorry, got a frog in my throat. Imagine having him coach Calvin Phillips to become, almost like his Leeds days, but better. Imagine that. I wouldn't be mad at that. That'd be brilliant. Yeah. So more. I've got all the time in the world for that. Calvin Phillips under Eddie Howe, we know one thing's going to happen. He will improve.
I totally agree, 110%. And we're definitely going to do a transfer show very, very soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. We could do different positions. Some days as well. We do like 3 left backs, 3 right backs, 3 CDMs, 3 strikers we link with as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that one, guys. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Thank you. Amy said, I said 3-0. And 4-0 to the tune, and that's a generous. That's from Alan. I like Alan. Oh, he's right. It'll be right. I like it. It'll be right. One thing to say about injury wars is that it shows that we don't really have a most important player. Our system just works. That's in Chess. I kind of agree with Chess there.
Yeah, well said, buddy. Well said, mate. Yeah,
exactly, man. And 2-0, same as last season's home game. That'll do. Hope we score a lot more though. Not just beat them, smash them. Simple as that. Let's be honest about it. I've got United followers as well, so they do think the world of us as well. Kim, always red lady as well. She is awesome as well. Silver linings and all. Jules said, so on, no, don't want a most important player. Ego diva to me. Killing Mbappe is not needed. But true, but don't mock divas. We will not like that. And Jules versus Chairs. Having a ding dong. There you go. Yeah, I gave my petition. I said 3-0 as well, of course. and it's going to be the same 11. And let's hope it's possibly a good game. Do check me out tomorrow. I'll be doing match day vlogs. And talking about match day vlogs, do check out my latest one from Paris. Check that one out as well, guys. That'd be amazing. If you do that, give it a like as well. That'd be brilliant. Also, do check out my content on my first trip to the Eiffel Tower in Paris. So check it out as well. It is not to be missed. 7-1 to the tune, eh? To Ches. Wow, I like it. I like it. And then we've got one here. All right, we've got one here from Alan. What did Man you have to all rigs players dive as? Wow. And guess he's in the house, people. Foxy. How was fans, John? You had a good time, a wonderful time, man. I had a wonderful time. Did the Eiffel Tower. I've done the Corrigan's pub. Do check that content out as well. That was fantastic. Also, I've done the Sigrin sounds as well. I check out as well. And yes, Miggy had a great game as well. He had a really good game for me as well.
Yeah,
run his socks.
He did.
Run his hearts out as well. Fino to Newcastle. You take care as well, Jules. Thanks so much indeed. Thank you, Gary. You take care, man. And take care too as well. As you're back on Sunday as well. So, Paul, I was going to say, going to wrap up the show then, man, because it's going to be an hour tonight. I've got to do another one at 9 o'clock as well. And before we wrap up, can you just tell us what you got, what you're doing this weekend?
So we're watching the game. Put it in the chat if you're interested. If there's enough interest, I can put it on my Twitter or whatever. Most of the people on here follow me. But if there's enough interest, I might do a watch along or something, because I can have it on in the background and we can watch it together.
Yeah,
let me know if there's interest in that. Let me know, because for once I'll actually be at home for the game. It doesn't happen often, but because it's an 8 o'clock, there might be interest in it. So let me know if there's enough. Then we'll do that. I'll let you know where to find it.
Cool stuff. I may do a watch along as well at some stage, and I'll probably do a watch along against Liverpool, or I may do a watch along against Forest as well. Go on, Paul.
Sorry, no, I was just saying that sounds good.
So I've got a funny feeling that I may not make the Forest game. That's on Boxing Day, right? And that's a 12:30 kickoff. So I may do a watch along against Forest as a Christmas bonus. So keep your eyes peeled for that, peeps. And you too, Ches, you take care, man. And thanks for modding. And take it to Jules. Miggy says he performs better when me. Cheers, man. Miggy. And make sure you do the same tomorrow. I sure will do. What I'll do, I'm going to have Miggy. I'm going to get a shirt. Have Miggy's name on the back of my shirt. I think I will do that some stage, man. And cheers, Alan. Cheers, Amy. Cheers, Alan. Great banter. Thanks a lot, my guy. Thanks to Leslie. How are we doing? The only thing that VR's confirmed is that refs are shite. I love this. Absolutely love you lots as well. And you know what it is, right? I mean, Les, she loves making drugs, yeah? I mean, Les against Judy Hopps. That'd be very interesting. Very interesting. Where's Judy these days? She's gone in hiding, but I'm sure we'll find her soon. Yes, go ahead with a watch along, Paul. That'll be on my channel. Is that on my channel or your channel?
I mean, I have a channel, but I think about 2 people and a half a cat will probably watch my channel.
Yeah, come on, Mines. I'll do a watch along Mines, and then you can just come on Mines if you want for the Forest game if you're free. So we definitely sort it out, man. Yeah, and then see if we can get someone else on as well, sort of thing. So I could do a bonus one as well. So I'll get that one sorted out as well.
I'll put the link. I'll put this on my Twitter for people who want it tomorrow for my channel, and then we'll do one with John at another date. But yeah, I'll do one, and then if people want to drop in, they can just check the Twitter out and stuff, and just drop in. We'll just try and make it fun because like I said, for once I'm actually going to be home for once. So
cool. And then what we do, so you're going to do it on your channel first for the, which one, the which
yeah. I'll do it on my channel. Right. I'll do the main night one there because you're at the game. Yeah.
Cool. I'm at the match, am I? So we do one on mine for the Forest game, and then what we do, we go from there, man. That'd be brilliant, man. Cool. I'll be well up for that. And I'm a bloke. Sorry, man. He's a bloke, I think. Okay. Sorry, Leslie. Sorry, man. And I do apologize. Right, I think you're going to wrap up the show now. We're on for an hour, which is about the right time. Last time I checked. sorry. I get it wrong. I thought that's another Leslie there, like, you know what I mean? No, it's two. No, it's Leslie. Another Leslie. Is it Leslie or Ley? If it's IE, I apologize. If it's EY, cool. Love Ari Daphne. It's Ari Daphne. Love you, man. And Amy is still to sure. We'll look at it. So, Amy, you want to come and be sure, right, for the review? Then let me know, and then I'll get you on there as well for Sunday. Yeah. And that's the one. I get it now. Thank you, man. So we're going to end it there, man. We're going to end it there because I tell you what, this is going to be another 40-minute stream. But listen, we're going to thank you on Blank Canvas PC. Do check it out. And I've got a legend as well, Craig as well. Hi to you. Oh, good, Craig. He did right. I did an interview with Craig in Bournemouth. He used my mic to interview me. And you know what? It's brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And I spoke to a lass called Annie in Paris, and she knows you as well, Craig. She knows you. And good things, though, all good things. And Amy says, yes, yeah, mate, I see if I can. And Amy, you're on social media? You're on Twitter by any chance? If you are, give me a follow, right? And then send us a DM as well. If you can, that'd be amazing. Legend as well. Check it out, please, on Craig's channel. It's hilarious, by the way. But he's good. He was good. So, guys, if you like the video, like what you watch, you're going to wrap up the show. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe as well. And before I go, do check out my latest vlogs as well, which is Eiffel Tower 1, the hotel and travel vlog as well. And also check out my match day vlog as well. So do check out for that, people. Yeah, and stick a like on it as well. And great channel, mate. Love is you too, Leslie. IE. And I should be back for the review on Sunday afternoon around about, what are we going to check out for about 4 o'clock?
Okay, mate, sounds good.
And you know me. Yeah, Amy, you know me, silly. Yes, I do. What's wrong?
I'm going to say, you know, Amy, she's been on channel before.
Yes, she has. Sorry, Amy. Oh, well, I'm on a different plan to eat. Like, do apologize. I was just thinking about the Man U game tomorrow. How are we gonna? Yes. Oh man. Oh, I'm gonna love Amy as well. You gotta love Amy. Sorry, Amy. But we love you. Love you always. But she's amazing. And do follow Amy.
I remembered you, Amy. Don't worry. I remembered you.
I know.
You're fine.
I was in different. Sorry, but I know what it is. But Amy B. Amy B. Lovely. She is. I can give her a cuddle now. I can give her a big hug. She is awesome. If you haven't followed her Twitter account, please do follow Amy on NCUFC. Girl, you get some bands, you get some laughs, you get some entertainment as well. So love you lots as well. Brilliant show as always, George. Thank you, George, and thank you. We're going to wrap up the show now. Like and subscribe, and as always, I wait not to do it tomorrow.